Hello peeps, guess what? It's another time for tea and a chat. Hello boys and girls, it's the Mad Mechanic again. Now tonight, or today, we're going to discussion about the line of sight of the CAA or in Great Britain. It's a bit of an open thing, I'm not sure about it, but we're going to do 3 tests on a Spark, a Mavric Mini 2 and a Mavric Air 2. And I want to find out your discussions and see what you think, okay? Now, the first one we're going to do is we're going to discuss about the CAA regulations in Britain. It means that you must look or see your airplane at all times in a direct line of sight. Doesn't mean that you've got clear airspace. Wherever you look, you must have clear air space, okay? That's the first bit. Now, there's also another bit here that says if you're beyond the visual line of sight, or e.g. your drone goes out of sight, there's a bit on the top of here, it says that you've got technical capabilities of being a manned aeroplane. E.g. you can see forward to where you're going. That's what a drone does. It's got a camera in the front, you can see it. Discussions on that one, okay? Anyway, oh Christ, hang a minute. Cyril, you put the wrong bloody slide in, boy. Right, here we go. Now this is the DJI Spark. I want to find out how far we can actually fly it. I'm 56 years old, so my eyesight is not going to be as great as a young lad's, okay? Or a young lass, whatever. So I'm now doing all these tests at 100 feet, okay? So they're all equal along the board. We're using this windmill as a datum or as a checkpoint type thing. At the moment, we're flying now at 400 feet. I can still see the drone. It's not a major drama. I wear glasses, so I haven't got my glasses on. So I'm now visually looking at this aeroplane. It's flying off into distance, no real dramas at all, okay? I can still see it. We're coming up now to 600 feet. I can still see it. It's going out. 600 feet is quite a nice circumference area to fly in, okay? It's now coming up to 700 feet. I can still see it. Just about, but I can still see it, which means I'm physically, legally in the law in Great Britain. Okay, we're now coming up to nearly 800 feet. I can still see this aeroplane. Okay, we're now looking at the windmill in a distance, and we're using this as a datum. So we're still flying towards it. We're still now coming up to 1,000 feet. Okay, I can still see this aeroplane. The conditions are fine. It's a little bit of cloud, but not a great deal. I can see this. Everything is great. I'm not using binoculars. I'm not using the drone's actual camera. I'm looking at this drone, okay? It's still going. I'm now starting to lose sight of it. There we go. It's now gone. So that's 1,151 feet. That's not bad, okay? The next one is the Mavric Mini 2, or DJI Mini 2, okay? We should get, now don't forget, we're not looking at performance of these airplanes or these aircraft. We are looking of the size of them and how far we can actually see them before we lose line of sight, okay? So this virtually is roughly the same size as a Spark. So it should be roughly the same distance. Now the Spark was 1151. Let's see how far we go on this one. We're already up to nearly 700 feet. Like I say, we're using the windmill as a checkpoint. We're now coming up to 800 feet. It's a little bit more quicker, these are, the Mini 2s than the Spark, unless you put it in sports mode, and it gets a little bit too rapid. But I just wanted to keep it in normal mode and see how we get. Now already, we've now passed the Spark. We're now coming up to 1,300 feet. I can still see it, but now we're starting now to struggle. We are now struggling now to see it, and any moment now we're going to lose sight of it, or it's going to go out of my vision, okay? So any minute now, there you go. 1,733 feet, that's where I lost sight. It's a little bit further. Why is it a little bit further? I don't know. Maybe it's because of this, it's got the old legs on the front. I don't know. Right, the next one is the Mavric Air 2. Now, this should go a fair distance more because it's a bigger aeroplane. It's about a third of the size bigger than the Spark and the Mini 2. Okay, so hopefully we're going to get a little bit more distance out of it. All right, so again, we're just coming up to 400 feet. Everything is good. We, like I say, using the windmill as a check line, so everything is fine. Don't forget, we was 1151 and about 1700, I think, for the Mini 2. I'll put the figures up at the very end, but here we go. So we're coming up to 600 feet. Everything's fine. We should be fine because it's a bigger aeroplane. So like I say, it's about a third size of the other two put together. So here we go. We're coming up now to getting to 800 feet. All good. I can still see it. I have no glasses on. I haven't had a drink, so I'm not intoxicated. And we're getting there. So we're now up to nearly 1,000 feet now, and everything is fine. Everything is dandy. Everything is cool. I'm happy. I'm calm. I'm very relaxed. Okay. We're now past the Spark, quite a bit past the Spark, and now we're going over to the Mini 2. I can't remember what the distance of the Mini 2. I think it was about 16, 17, I think, something like that. Anyway, I'll put the figures up at the end anyway. And now we're still going. I can still see this. It's absolutely tickety-boo, no problems at all. It's quite clear as day. Okay, so we're now flying up. We're now coming up to 1,600 feet. Absolutely no problems at all. I can still see it. It's quite a bit in the distance, but I can still see it. Now, for some unknown reason, it's now starting to go out of view. I can still see it, but it's getting very, very, very small. And now I had to stop there a little bit, and now we are now out of view. Okay, so don't forget, responsibility, look after your drone. Now this one, how I miss these pylons on my Mini 2 is well, I'll let you judge on this one because I haven't got a clue how I did it, and it just tells you have to be in line of sight. You can't take things as gospel. I was losing height, being a bit clever. I lost too much height, forgot about these pylons, and how on earth I missed that pylon